guys have gone to overtime against the Blazers before. What did in particular, what did this win reveal about your guys' character?
I mean, what we already know. That was a great game. We won and lost that game so many times before ultimately winning it in the end. Looked like we're going to win the game in regulation. Dame hits a big shot. Looks like we have a chance to close it out. End of the first overtime. They forced a second. The thing I'm most proud about, though, Mike, is every time they extended the game, we never hung our heads. We never got down on ourselves. I thought the guys that were in the game were phenomenal, but also the guys that were not in the game but on the bench, the energy, the positivity, and so we never got down. Every time they threw a haymaker and put us down on the canvas, we got up, and obviously we were able to pull it out in the end. This was somewhat reminiscent of that 4 overtime game, game 3 2 years ago. I'm thankful it didn't go 2 more and we could get it after 2 overtimes. But a hell of a game. Both teams. Damian Lillard was superhuman tonight. Obviously, what Nikola did, 1 assist shy of a triple double. Monte Morris, that's the Monte Morris that I've come to love and respect. Aggressive, confident, getting downhill, stepping up and making big shots. I thought he was phenomenal off the bench for us, and it's a hell of a win. And we got a chance to go to Portland and try to close it out, and that'll be the toughest game of the series.
Matt Moore, the Action Network.
Michael, after the questionable call on Austin on Dame that was overturned but not totally reversed, what was the decision making in terms of not fouling Dame when you guys were up 3? What was the thought process on that?
Yeah, Damian Lillard, if a guy catches inside the 3-point line, if a guy catches with his back to basket, I think those are times when you can look to take a foul. Damian Lillard's he's like a Chris Paul. He's been around the block. He knows what time it is. And if you're trying to take that foul, my concern is him making the 3 and giving up a 4-point play. So it's really out of respect to Damian Lillard, his experience as a clutch player. There's a lot of things you could sit here and second guess. Lineups, give a foul, not give a foul. We won the game. That's all that matters. And we will watch and learn from all those end of game, late game situations where, we could have been better.
Ashley Neville, Mile High Sports.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I'm curious, what are the emotions that go on through your head during games like this, and how do you manage to stay so composed?
Well, I'm learning to become a good poker player because probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I first got here, I wouldn't have looked so composed. But I'm often reminding myself, our guys are out there playing as hard as they possibly can. We're asking guys to step up and make plays that maybe haven't been in these situations before, haven't been maybe playoff tested before. So game 4, we didn't bring the requisite effort. Our defensive disposition was not where it needed to be. If we would have lost tonight, it would have been devastating. But at least I could have walked out of here proud in regards to how we played, how we started the game, how Michael Porter answered the bell. From having a disappointing game 4 to having a great game tonight. That's all you can ask for as a coach. Are my guys competing? Are they fighting? Are they leaving it all on the floor? And I felt for 58 minutes or whatever it was tonight, I felt we did that. And it's great to get the win after giving so much of ourselves.
Mark Kisla, Denver Post.
Hey, Coach. I'd like you to comment on this, just the emotion in this building and on your bench after a long 15 months or so for all of us, whether it's your team, this city, this country, whatever. It felt pretty good in here to me. What about you?
Oh, it felt better than that. I'm hoping that we can continue to find a way to amp up the number of people we allow in Ball Arena, kids. But no, we have great fans. Yes, we've gotten better on the court, our roster, our players, more experience, but our fans deserve a ton of credit in making this place, Pepsi Center, now Ball Arena, a really tough place to play. They get loud, they get into it, and they bring us life. They bring us energy. And you're right, it's been a really long, I don't even know, 2 years now, whatever. It seems like forever. Last season combined with this season it's so, it's hard to grasp sometimes, but I love our fans. I love how they get behind us and make this a tough place to play. And we need even more moving forward. So thank you to our fans. Thank you for the atmosphere. And let's might as well let's make it a sellout next time, kids. Let's let 19,000 in. I'm all for it.
Harrison Wynn, DNVR.
Hey, Michael, you mentioned it a little, but Mike has the rough game last time out and comes out tonight, hits some big shots, gets on the glass, which he said he was going to do, and then hits that big three late. What did tonight's performance just kind of tell you about the person, the player that Michael Porter is?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really surprised, to be honest with you. I mean, Michael's way too talented of a player, to have 2 games like that back to back. And I challenged him. I said, Michael, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to help you more. I'm going to help generate more than 3 shots. But a lot of this is also on you. And he owned it. He embraced it. We look to get him in the post tonight against, some of their smaller guards, run more action for him. I mean, you go 10 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, and grab 12 boards with 3 assists. It's the second year in the NBA. I think people often forget that. This is his second year playing in the NBA. And I just told him how proud I was of him. And he goes, Coach, I got to do that every night. And he's right. He does. And he understands that. So really proud of him. I thought he did a good job. His teammates did a good job of getting him involved, looking for him. And when your shot's not going or they're taking you out, find ways to do other things. We've always talked about how great of a rebounder Michael Porter is. So if they're taking you out in one area, will affect the game in another. And tonight he was able to score and rebound, which is what he should be doing every night for us.
Vinny Benedetto, Denver Gazette.
Hey, Michael, what about Monte gives you confidence to put the ball in his hands multiple times down the stretch in regulation, overtime, and double overtime and sending him to the line in those situations?
Yeah, no, I mean, like his body of work, my 3 years, whatever it is with Monte Morris. I mean, there's a reason we gave him the contract that we gave him, not just to be Jamal Murray's backup, but to be a guy that can close games with Jamal. That was our thinking at the time. Well, obviously, all the injuries that we have right now, Monte's been here before. I mean, he's got 33 playoff games under his belt going into this series. And I felt in the first 4, to be very honest, I just thought he was playing very passive. I felt he was playing East-West. And, he understood that. He embraced it. He owned it. And I thought he was a different player tonight. Obviously, Nikola was phenomenal. Aaron had some great moments. Austin made some big plays. Michael Porter we talked about. But Monte Morris and Nikola down the stretch, that was our 2-man kind of closing duo. And Monte embraced it and was great. And, obviously going out to Portland now for Game 6, we'll need more of the same from Monte.
All right, Coach, we got time for one more. We're going to end with Esteban Abed.
Save the best for last, Esteban.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach. Congrats for the win, for this big victory for us. In many years, Denver have the big opportunity to close a series in a 6th game. How do you feel about this big opportunity?
Yeah, excited about it. Obviously, the closeout game is the toughest game in any series. We know that their fans will be providing a tremendous atmosphere in Portland. Their players are not going to go quietly into that good night. So we're going to get a hell of a good fight. And we have to be the aggressor in everything we do. I thought to start the game, we were terrific. I thought to end that second quarter, we were awful. We stopped attacking. We stopped defending. We stopped moving. We became very stagnant. And they closed on a huge run to get back into the game. So we have to play a lot closer to 48 minutes than as sporadic as we did in that first half. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I know our players are as well. And, let's get on that plane tomorrow morning and try to close it out in Portland. Thanks, everybody.